Well, hello there, everyone. Today is Thursday, July the 14th, year 2022. Hopefully, you're doing fantastic. Yeah, remember, I'm Mazske Finance, coming to you from South Florida, at the moment at least. And remember, I am not a financial advisor, I'm not a CPA, and I am not an attorney. And I'm just Mazske. I'm a blue collar guy. Even if I become wealthy, I'm still a blue collar guy, even though I happen to have a white collar on today. Anyway, how has inflation impacted you? Come on now, comment below, let me know. Because unless you're like really doing well, I gotta say, my guess is if you're in the United States of America, inflation has probably impacted you in some way. How has it impacted you? Okay? I will share with you, in a way, how it's impacted me so far. Okay? All right, you ready? Hold on, fasten that seatbelt. We're on for a ride. All right. All right, a couple things here. I jot down notes, not every day, but fairly often. I put down on paper what my cash balance is, what my expected revenue is for the month, what my guess of revenue is. I look at when I get my revenue in, I compare it to what I was predicting I would get. I have various spreadsheets I look at, etc., etc., etc. Okay? So if I go back in time, looking forward to July of this year, June of this year, May of this year, I fully expected by July that I could loosen my belt a little bit. I thought, let's go back 6 months ago, 9 months ago even, I thought that by July of 2022, I could, if I wanted to, go out to dinner somewhere, go see a show in a theater, go do something. But I'm not quite there yet. I will be there, okay? Don't fret about Mazske. I will be there. But I'm not there yet, so I was like, why? What's going wrong here? What's going wrong? So I had to look at the details, look at the big picture, look at the little picture, and it's a variety of different things, okay, that have impacted me. It's probably a variety of different things that have impacted you, even if you don't quite realize it yet, okay? Here's what's impacted me. Is it rising fuel cost? Nah, not really. I drive very little. We have two vehicles. We drive. But neither one of us is working. The missus was in school first semester. She took the summer off. We're retired. The grocery store, Walmart, is like, I could walk there. That's how close it is. Target, not Target. Yeah, Target and Lowe's, 2-3 miles away if I need to go there. Everything's convenient. You know, so when I do drive, it's usually fairly close. Unless I have to drive 3 hours to get to the airport to fly to Panama, something like that. And I will be going back to pick the missus up here in a couple of days, so another close to 3 hour drive to get to the airport, and then close to, wow, that'd be 6 hours of driving. Huh. I'm getting older. Maybe I can like sneak a cup of coffee somewhere, or a cup of tea. I'm more of a tea drinker now than coffee, even though I've had my coffee. I've had 1 cup of coffee, 1 cup of tea. So anyway, moving on. Rising fuel costs hasn't really impacted me per se. However, be in for this surprise wherever you live at, okay? I will almost guarantee that if you pay an electric bill, you're going to be in for a surprise. I get an email on what my monthly electric bill is going to be. I get a paper copy mailed to me like usually a week or so after the email comes out. I got an email in yesterday or the day before on my electric bill, and I was like, whoa, whoa. Where'd that come from? It was a much bigger number than I've had since I've lived here. Just a much bigger number. And I was like, where'd that come from? And I could have logged into my account online, but I was busy. I think it was yesterday. I was busy. I didn't, whatever. I'll wait till the paper copy comes and they'll have an explanation there what's going on. So anyway, in today's newspaper, because I did get a subscription to the local newspaper just to find out locally what's going on. It was like a special, like I think $3 a week is what I pay. Until it expires, and it's $75 a month, and that's when I'll cancel the paper copy because I'm not paying $75 a month. But anyway, in the local newspaper today, there's an article about the local electric company because I guess folks all over are finding out their bills are going up. And basically the article said two things. They talked to the electric company, two different things. they said their expenses increased and they got to raise their rate. What, like the electric company's rate that they charged us. They have to raise that because their expenses increased. Okay? I understand that because inflation, expenses are up for everyone. But the other thing, it said their fuel price, I can't remember exactly what fuel they're using. It's not coal, it might be natural gas, it might be oil and something, I forget. But anyway, whatever we use for fuel, the price of that is up. Okay? I agree with that. So two different things, they're passing on the rise in fuel price and they're passing on the rise in their increased expenses. But my most expensive bill last year, either in July or August, one of those 2 months. It's the hottest time of the year. My AC runs more. My pool pump is running 8 hours a day. In the wintertime, it cools down. My pool pump runs maybe 5 or 6 hours a day. AC runs less, so the bills drop down. So my most expensive bill last summer was, I believe, about $240. Okay? And I topped out at that. I had like 180, 190, 210, 240, and I have AC 12 months out of the year. I got a pool pump 12 months out of the year. Okay? Anyway, my bill for this month that just came in is like $369. Whoa. I can afford to pay it. That's not a problem, but it's like, that's a big jump. So, if it's happening to me here in South Florida, it's probably going to happen to you wherever you're at, because rising cost and rising fuel prices have affected everybody in the country, including every electric company in the country. Some of your local electric companies may have deeper pockets. They may ride it out longer without increasing their bill to you, but it's probably coming. Okay, it's probably coming. All right, moving on. I know grocery bills. I'm paying more in the grocery store than I was paying before. It is what it is. It's not just one product. It's everything. I have not changed my shopping patterns yet for food. I don't think. Nah, I haven't. We have changed our eating habits because we're trying to lose a little weight, get ourselves healthier, and I have lost close to 10 pounds. I wasn't a big guy before, but I'm getting more correct. I think my pool pump's coming on. I hear it gurgling out there. Yeah, so my weight is getting more correct. I'm getting thinner. I still got that little bit of a pot belly. It's hard to get rid of that. So anyway, the grocery bill is going up. It's a lot more than it was, say, when I first moved here 16 months ago. It's more than it was 2 years ago in Virginia. It's gone up quite a bit. Okay. What else? Oh, I have rental property, so I have rehabs going on. All of the houses I've had rehab so far, the cost is higher than what the estimate was. The amount of work is not necessarily that much more to accommodate for the increase in the price. So everything is more expensive. Perhaps materials cost more, perhaps the contractor charged more. It's just more expensive, okay? So rehabs cost more, so that's taking more money out of my savings to pay for rehabs. I'm talking about how, my voice is a little rough right now, I know I need something to drink. I'm talking about how inflation's impacted me, okay? So the gas and the groceries, a little bit, not too much. Increased expenses for rehabs, okay? That's taking more money out of the bank, so it makes me feel poorer because more money's coming out. But then I had like a repair that had to be made. I had a sewer line issue at one of my rental properties. When they told me what the problem was, I was like, well, shoot, that shouldn't be that expensive. I've replaced sewer lines in my house in Virginia. I replaced it in Alabama. I replaced another house in Indiana. And now it's another house in Indiana. So, but anyway, they did it. It was a small section out near where the sewer line joined up with the city line. Just a small section, I think 5 or 6 feet long. Easy. Dig down, replace it. Easy. Not the whole pipe. I expected $1,500, maybe $2,000. It was $3,400. Okay? Just cost more. I had an estimate for installing a water line going down to my new dock. The estimate was given about a month ago. They told me between $1,200 to $1,500. Okay, I can see that. They came and did the work, and they apologized to me, but they charged more than the estimate. $1,200 to $1,500. They didn't charge $1,800. They didn't charge $2,000. They charged $2,700, and they explained to me why they charged that much. Okay, What am I going to do? Argue with them? Okay. The work's done. They did a good job. I got to pay it. So anyway, with me, what's happening is I have increased revenue coming in from my oil drilling. I've gotten in more than I've ever gotten in from them. I have increased revenue coming in from my mineral rights. I've gotten in more than I've ever gotten from them. But my revenue on my rental property has decreased just a bit because I have, just like in the last month, I think 5 houses under rehab. 5. I've had 2 in Chicago. 1 is now complete. The tenant just moved in, but I haven't got the rent money yet. I had 1 in Gary that I bought in March. That's complete. Tenant's moved in, but I haven't got the rent money yet. So that's 3. I have another one in Gary that the tenant moved out, left a bunch of stuff behind. Had to clean it out. It's not a lot to do. Not that expensive, but yeah, by the time it's said and done, it'll probably be $6,000. But everything is taking longer than what it would normally take. For whatever reason, probably because across the board with my property managers, they're rehabbing a lot of houses for different individuals. So I think it's contractors. They're they're busy, and maybe some don't want to work. So anyway, that's my 4th house. And a 5th house in Gary, the tenants moved out, left stuff in it, sharked out on paying their last month of rent, which means they don't get their deposit back. And so that house, locks are being changed today or tomorrow, and they're going to evaluate what they need to clean out, what it'll cost, and what work needs to be done. And from what's been told to me before in that house, it was expected that these tenants were going to move out. They wanted to buy a house. This may hurt them in buying a house because something should be filed was going to affect their credit score, but they may already close on their house before this happens. Because you can't just shirk out on your duties. You can't, just because you're buying a house, you can't pay your last landlord. What's wrong with you? Something wrong with society. You can't do that. That should be a crime. People should go to jail for that kind of stuff. It's just wrong. You got to pay your bills. If you can't pay them, you can't pay them. But if you're moving out to buy a house and you screw your last landlord, you need to go to jail. There's something wrong with you. Okay? Enough's enough. So anyway, good enough there. So anyway, that's 5 houses that no rent's coming in as of yet. All 5 are costing me money. And there's more on the horizon. The good thing is 2 of them, tenants are now in them. So I will start seeing that rent come in. 2 more should be getting closer to being done. And hopefully by August, the tenant will be in, so rent will start coming in. And then the last one, the one that they're changing the locks today or tomorrow, that'll probably be another month or 5 weeks, 6 weeks till that has a tenant in place. I don't think that one needs too much work though. From what my property manager has been in there in the last 6 months, and they said it was in fairly decent shape, probably just cleaning up and painting some little stuff. So we'll see. So anyway, it is what it is. So with me, everything's just slowed down. My expectations were by July of this year, not only would the 3 houses I bought in February and March be done, tenants would be in place, I would have had the refinances done already, and I would already have new properties or new investments made. But everything just took longer, so my plan is slow down just a bit, okay? I am in the process of buying 2 more positions in mineral rights, and I've been in touch with my contact there, and I basically told them I can pay them when I get my refinance done. I got a refinance that was scheduled to be done this past Monday. The closing agent, who I've used 15, 20 times already up in Northwest Indiana, they didn't get the stuff to the lender. So closing wasn't on the 11th. The lender pushed it back to the 15th, which is tomorrow. But as of right now, I don't think we're going to close tomorrow because I don't know. I don't know if it's the closing agent or the lender. I think it's a combination of both of them. Closing agent was slower, delayed things, and the lender is now, they're busier. It's a non-QM lender, Chiave. I think they're busier and it's just taking them longer to get everything done. So probably we'll close next week. But once I get this cashback refinance, once I get that money in, I'm funding 2 more positions, 2 more acres in mineral rights. And that'll give me, I don't have my spreadsheet in front of me, I forget, 10, 11, 12 positions. When I say a position, that's either 1 acre or 2 acres. One of my positions like 3.70 something acres. So, but normally when I make a routine buy, most of my buys are 1 acre. I'm a little guy. There are people who invest in mineral rights who put in $250,000, $1 million, $500,000. I buy 1 acre, which might be $12,000, might be $15,000. Excuse me. I compare it to like a down payment on a house, a rental property. So what I will be doing over the next, starting this month, over the rest of this year and into next year, I will be evaluating my mineral rights, comparing them to my rental property. Okay? What's my return? How does it work out with mineral rights and rental property? With mineral rights, whatever money I get in is my money. There's no mortgage to pay, there's no taxes, there's no insurance, there's no expenses. It's my money. With the rental property, sometimes I get less rent in because repairs are made, or I send money back because capital expenditures or big cost, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And sometimes tenants don't pay. So I will evaluate both. We'll see how it plays out. I have learned, I've told my mastermind group this, I was 100% a stock investor from 1990 to 2017. 2017, I bought my first rental property. But from 1990 to 2017, 100% of all my money was somehow in the stock market. It was in mutual funds, it was in individual stocks, it was in a 457 plan, it was in a 401k plan. Okay? But now times have changed. I started buying rental property in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. But by 2018, 2019, I was starting to realize, hey, wait a second. I've done really well in stocks. I averaged 18% from 2005 to 2018. Yeah, 13 years. And 2019, 2020, it averaged about 100% a year because one year I was like 110, 120%. The other year I was like 85, 90%. So basically a 1% average those 2 years. But me being me, I've learned over the years to realize sometimes you got to be flexible. You got to be nimble. You got to evaluate your portfolio because life is changing. It's different. You might talk to other people who say, no, it's not different. We've been through this before. Things are different now. Things are different. We appear to be repeating the 1970s, roughly. And from 1965 or 1966 to 1982, the stock market basically flatlined. So if you're an index investor, can you handle a flat line for the next 15 years? If it happens again, I'm not saying it's happening again, but if it does happen again, can you handle it? I'll let you decide that, okay? Or can you better reallocate your money, shift your mindset, put it towards something else, okay? So something to think about, because inflation, remember the Fed was saying a year ago it's transitory? I looked at that back then and was like, what are they smoking? It's not transitory. You can see it's supply chain issues. And then you had the Russia invade Ukraine on top of it. And Europe right now is in for a hurt. They were getting their natural gas from Russia. They're not going to buy it from Russia. They are looking for natural gas and they're looking towards the U.S. The U.S. has natural gas. They have LNG, liquid natural gas. LNG can be shipped easier, I think, on boats overseas. And over in Europe and Germany and other European countries, they are going to be buying next winter more natural gas from us. At the same time, a lot of Americans heat with natural gas. The price of natural gas, it's already $6 and something right now. It's been $3 for a lot of years, so it's double. It's going to go back up this winter, I dare say. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15. Okay, it's going to go up. Just like the price of oil. It's going to go back up, probably. Okay, but if it doesn't go up, it's in the high 90s. Okay? So if you're accredited, maybe think about alternative investments. All right? Because no matter who you are, inflation is impacting you in some fashion. If you have very deep pockets, you probably don't care. Your pockets are deep enough, you don't care. Okay? But I'm feeling it because my pockets aren't that deep. Are you feeling it? Let me know. Let me know what's going on in your life. Feel free to comment below. I do care, somewhat. Okay? But I'm curious to know how the rest of the USA is affected. All right? If you're an investor and you're watching this, how are you impacted? All right? So last thing I'll say, because I got to wrap this up, is I may shoot for next Wednesday, the 20th of July, to do a live interactive chat with you guys. If I do it, it'll be at 7 p.m. So it'll be Wednesday the 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see. We'll see. As it gets closer, I will let you know. All right? All right, good enough. Y'all take care. Stay safe. Love life. Don't let the economy get you down. Just keep plugging away and do start investing. If you haven't bought your first rental property, why not? Why not? All right. Take care. Mazske is signing out.